Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, bit of an update on the Yokomo MD 2.0 and the Killerbody. So we've got the R34 mounted to the MD 2.0. I'll show you the mounting kit that I've ended up buying because I weren't really happy with any of the bits that come with it. And we've got the full lighting kit fitted, so I'll run you through what I've done and gear a demo of how it looks. So let's bring you in for a close-up look and see how we get on with this one. So first off, what I wanted to achieve were no body post mounts coming through this body because it looks really nice as it is. We've got it so it just clears rear wheel arches and front ones, so I'm quite happy with how that's come out. And if we spin it round, it lines up really well, and it's just a really good match for this drift car. So body shell we can take off. If we just twist it, it'll release the magnets, and we've just got one wire for the actual lighting kit, so I'll just move that to one side. So the lighting kit, let's get something so I can point it out. So I've put the control module up at the top. We've still got the auxiliary outs, so we've used the KYRC lighting kit, and as you can see, it does fit really nicely with this RC. Now, fans of R34 may or may not like what I've done, because I was never ever a fan of these being the indicators in the bumpers. I wanted them up here. So the turn signals are now mounted up here, and we've got these as just like fog lights. But this lighting kit does come with plenty of bulbs, so we've got reverse light and rear fog light. We've got the indicators that I've swapped out for 5mm LEDs, because this kit comes with a 3mm for the indicator turn signals. And then I've used a small 3mm red LED, and I've just bridged it off the back of one of our brake lights to get us our third brake light working. And rather than use the screws to put these in, I've just put a tiny little bit of CA glue and just glued all the LEDs in place. I just find it holds them better. You can use hot glue to do it, but they do make it really easy with this lighting kit with the flat cables, so it does go down really good. And I've just used some black tape to just fix these in place. The black foam tape, I feel like it does flex a little bit with chassis, so stops it popping off. Now the body mount kit is a GTRC kit, and it comes with these sticky pads. You get 2 of these for sticking the magnets in place, and it's like gel, but it really does seem to hold these magnets down really well. So we've got the 4 magnets in place, and I'll quickly grab as RC so we can see what we've done on this side. So for the rear mounts, I've gone off the original mounting holes for the MD 2.0, and then these bits come with kit, so I've just fastened that on both sides. These screws come with kit, so do these screws, so do the spacers, and then I've just used 2 of the lock nuts that I believe come with the MD 2.0. There's lots of options for how you can mount this, but it just worked out that mounting these on the outermost holes with this turned backwards, it just lined up perfect to where I wanted the body shell. And then on the front, these spacers also come with the GTRC kit, so we've got them mounted. The screws are what came with the kit, and then I've just used 2 of the screws that came with the MD 2.0, and I believe them screws were the original ones to mount these. I think originally it tells you to mount these on back, but yeah, this kit just seemed to line up better using the kit provided posts. Along with the kit, you do get a whole bunch of screws, so we've got a whole load of spares and you do get a spare magnet. And I believe somewhere I've moved it off somewhere else, but I think you got a spare top with these as well, so you get 5 instead of 4. But yeah, all these screws came with the kit, and that's one of the spaces I've got left. But it does seem to fit really solid. It's got a really rugged feel to it. It lines up perfect. And then if we want to refit as body, I decided not to go with the second receiver for this. It just seemed like I didn't really need to go that far with it. And then to put it on, we just drop it in place. It does hold pretty good. You have to shake the RC to get it to come off, so you can pick the RC up with a good shake and it will release. I find it easier to just twist the shell to get it off, but putting it on is really easy. And I think if you bumped the side of the track, you'd probably be able to dislodge it, but with drifting you're never really going that fast, and the bumps that you have aren't that difficult and not hard on the RC. Certainly wouldn't want to use this for touring car racing. Right, so we've got his RC powered up. So if I lift up the front so you can see it, we've got our front lights. When we steer, we don't get the indicators or turn signals. I've got them on switches, so we can indicate or use your turn signals completely independent of what the steering's doing. It's a bit of a weird kit this, but as soon as you press forward, you start getting the headlights on. If we scroll through driving modes on the actual light kit, so I've got that assigned to that button, so we can have as like fog lights on if you like, or driving lights. We can have the headlights on constantly so they don't come on when you accelerate. You can have them off. You can have the hazard lights flashing. And then I believe some of these settings after this are for the auxiliary output on the KYRC kit, but you can have a constant flashing mode, so it'll do all different flashing effects. Or you're back to your normal mode. Then if we spin the RC around, which is easier said than done. So we've got as rear fog light, we've got as rear lights, our third brake light. So if we accelerate, then brake, we've got as brake lights. If we then go into reverse, we've got a working reverse light. And again, we've got as turn signals. And if I just flick through the different modes, so at the minute it's going through the front light modes, and then we've got as hazard lights, and then we've got full flashing mode, so we can have all those lights flashing. But what I do like about this light kit, they're not overly bright. So we have tried some light kits and they just seem far too aggressively bright, and when you're actually driving them around track, whenever the RC is coming back towards you, they're just unbelievably blinding. These aren't too bad. They're kind of a nice mix between just bright enough but yeah, quite impressed with how this has come out. I quite like the flashing effect, so if you wanted to take some photo shots of it while it's on track, flashing effect might be quite a good choice. And I like the way you can have just the driving lights on with the headlights coming on when you accelerate, or you can have the headlights on constantly if you don't want them flicking on and off from main beam when you accelerate. Love the way the brake lights work and the reverse light. So anybody that's seen my earlier video on this KYRC lighting kit and know that it has 2 sets of fog light and reverse lights. So I've literally just snipped them off from this side. So I didn't need them. There's nowhere I'm going to put them. I think I'm toying with the idea of maybe putting some underglow lights on it, with it being a drift car. And we do have the light holes in the tailpipes. So I may get like a turbo flash kit. But we do have, because of how these magnets fit, we do have plenty of space here if we need to fasten anything else down. But then it would mean me having extra wires coming to the actual car. But yeah, overall I really do like this. It's stopped me having to do what I did in the crawler, where I put positive and negative to 2 of the magnets, so I could bring the positive and negative power to the lights. That kind of works, but it wouldn't allow the amount of intricacy we've got on this. It was on the TRX4, so the lights on that are pretty much just on or off. I think the turn signals on that just work as side markers. They're just on constantly, which, yeah, it's not bad, but I much prefer the way that this lighting kit works. And for the price of these, I think at the time I ordered this, it were way under £10 delivered. So yeah, quite impressed with it. The GTRC Rc post mount kit with magnets, absolutely love the way this fits. It's so solid, it's fitted so sturdy. I like the fact that it's red. They do it in other colours, but the red matches the Yokomo red pretty good, and the matching hobby wing ESC and motor. So yeah, quite impressed with how this has turned out. And the fact that we can just one single wire to connect all this, and then when we drop it on, it literally just drops into place. And to take it off, if you just twist it, it comes off really easy. You can just lay the body shell down at side if you want to swap your battery or anything. Just be mindful of where this is going back in the car. You don't want it to be running on the pinion or spur gear. But with it being a drift car, they don't tend to move around too much. I've got the cable so it comes out at an angle and hits the top of motor, and that always lifts it off. But I do like the way that it's pretty difficult to see any of the wiring for this unless you look really at an angle up towards the roof. But yeah, it's fitted really nice. It doesn't bottom out on the floor, so I'm quite happy with that. It doesn't catch, don't come down lower than the actual chassis, but it does sit really, really nice. So yeah, the KYRC body, the GTRC I think it is, body mount kit, and the KYRC, these acronyms are getting crazy, but this lighting kit seems to work really well. I did have a look for the KillerRC lighting kit, but they only do it for the earlier Nissan Skyline. They don't seem to do it for the R34, or I just could not find one anywhere for the R34. But really happy with how this has turned out now. Now I just need to do a bit of tweaking and a bit of tuning on the setup just to get it drifting how we like. The FlySky Noble Pro transmitter and the INR4 GYB gyro receiver has worked fantastic with this. It's just so easy to drive and so easy to drift. And that's just building it stock setup, how it came out of the box, stock manual setup. So yeah, quite interesting and quite nice to use. The batteries that I've tended to use in this, because it works really well, are the Fido, the ones that they sent me. I've got it set up for low profile and they seem to work really well. You get a crazy amount of runtime with them. But yeah, hopefully that gives you guys something to think about if you're wanting to mount a KillerRC style body to one of these MD 2.0s, and gives you a few more options rather than having body posts sticking through. As I say, it really does fit nice, and you can pick the body up and it will pick the chassis up with it, even with a battery in. So yeah, quite impressed with it overall. But let's wrap this one up. So there we have it, the KYRC light kit, complete with separate turn signals or separately controlled turn signals. We've got brake lights, reverse light, so they all work properly. Quite impressed with that. And we do have headlights and spotlights, full hazard lights, or you can have the entire thing flashing. But yeah, quite impressed with how this has come out. Really like the body post mounting kit from GTRC. And as I say, I'll leave links below to everything I've used on this. The lighting kit is unbelievably good for how cheap it is and just really convenient. If you're interested to know how I've set the turn signals and indicators to not come on with steering, I've done a couple of videos on that now. But yeah, quite happy with how this has come out. Just need to get some time to use it. But thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Share to friends and family. And catch you guys again in the next one.